Pelle Lindbergh tonight. Perhaps soon they will be faced with deciding when to disconnect the life support systems that are keeping the 26-year-old goaltender alive. Lindbergh tonight in JFK Hospital in Stratford, New Jersey. He was declared brain dead earlier today after a one-car accident in which Lindbergh and two others were injured. Our condolences tonight certainly to Lindbergh's family, friends, and teammates.
Thursday, when the Flyers beat Chicago 6-2. As usual, he played a Pelle Lindbergh kind of game. Pelle had just the right temperament to be a successful goalie. He was never too excited after a win, or too upset after a loss. There was always another game to be played, but more important for Pelle, another day to be lived. He loved hockey, but his real love affair was with life. We took a carriage ride together in Quebec City, and Pelle's only complaint on that day was that our horse was too slow.
Oh, wow. He got the turbo.
Pelle used his extraordinary game-winning reflexes to reach the top of his profession. But it was his winning smile and way with people that will always guarantee the little Swede a special place in the hearts of Philadelphia sports fans and sportscasters alike.
It's early in the season for you too, you know, and so if I score all the goals in the beginning, you might not ever want to play again.
I'm Scott Palmer, Channel 6, Action News.
Being a sports reporter gives you a special chance to know people like Pelle Lindbergh in a special and wonderful way. But even the fans who only knew him from afar loved number 31.
All I can say is I feel very bad, and he's a great hockey player, and he's a good guy for the city of Philadelphia in general.
It was just horrible. It was just devastating. I just hope that and pray that he's all right. He's just such a talented guy, but above anything else, it's just a horrible accident.
It is not easy to have full perspective at a time like this, but some of today's most poignant thoughts came from a fellow pro athlete. The Eagles' Roynell Young searched for some meaning after today's victory over Atlanta at the Vet.
You know, life is so fragile. You know, it's so fragile. For a second, you can be on the field and dominating, using all your physical tools, and the next second, you know, you can be in an auto accident. But, you know, that lets us know that we are not the ones who are really in control.
Thoughts from a deeply religious man, Roynell Young. We, of course, will have much more on the Pelle Lindbergh situation later in this expanded edition of Action News. In keeping with what Roynell Young just said, we will hear from others about the emotion and the perspective of this most tragic day. But in case you are just joining us, let me recap the situation to the moment. 26-year-old all-star goaltender Pelle Lindbergh is in extremely grave condition at JFK Hospital in Stratford, New Jersey. Lindbergh and two others were involved in a single-car collision early this morning in Somerdale. And at this hour, the Flyers goalie is being kept alive by a respirator. And of course, his condition is almost hopeless. Pelle's brain dead and is only being kept alive on a respirator. When his Porsche crashed this morning, he suffered major brainstem injuries, that which controls the breathing and other bodily functions. Flyers doctor Ed Miner was devastated by what has happened to one of the young men he cares deeply about.
Pelle Lindbergh is, well, I'm not sure the right verb to use here, was a very, very fine human being, and was not, as all of the Flyers. We've never had any trouble with drugs in the Flyers. Nobody's a drunk on the Flyers. They're all very good people. They're like kids from Kansas, except they're from Canada, most of them. It was obvious that he'd had something to drink. It's not clear how much. I don't know whether that had a role in the accident, but I guess if there's any good to come of it is that young kids ought to learn what can happen if you have a drink or two and go out driving afterwards.
Gary Papa has joined us live once again from JFK Hospital, and I understand, Gary, that all sorts of people have been stopping by, of course, to offer prayers and support.
Yes, Don, we've been here for over about, 12 hours now, I guess, at the hospital, staked right out here, watching people come in and out. In fact, we're not alone tonight. There are about 50 Flyer fans waiting for any possible word about their fallen hero, Pelle Lindbergh. Here are some tonight, just waiting. Fans who care are, I guess in their own way, are paying their tribute to Pelle Lindbergh, and we did talk to some of them earlier today about the reaction when they heard the news about Pelle Lindbergh.
I heard it today on the radio. It was like, you know, I just couldn't believe it. Pelle Lindbergh, he was just at the game last night, sitting on the bench, and today I hear he got into a car accident. He's brain dead. I mean, you know, I just couldn't believe it.
Why come out here tonight to the hospital?
We just felt like, you know, it was the least we could do, some kind of loyalty or something. It was really weird, just to meet him last night and have this happen this morning.
we're also hoping to come out here along with the other faithful Fire fans, and hopefully the Lord will see all of us standing here, and maybe he can find some way to help Pelle survive all this.
And the fans, some say, will stay all night if need be, waiting any word on Pelle's condition, but as we say, it is still quite critical. He is brain dead medically.